So much for the free speech warriors. Turns out if you dare to criticise Charlie Kirk even mildly, you might find yourself out of a job. Today we're unpacking how the right has built up its own cancel culture machine. And, believe me, it's running hot. Welcome to the Tony Tonkin Show. I'm Tony Tonkin, and here is where facts matter. We've all heard the right complain about so-called cancel culture. They paint it as a left-wing mob out to silence conservatives. But here is the twist. In the days since Charlie Kirk's death, it's been conservative networks leading the charge to fire people for what they've said. I have an example here, which I'm going to play to you, of the worst possible human being on this planet, Stephen Miller. Here is what he had to say.
We're going to channel all of the anger that we have over the organized campaign that led to this assassination to uproot and dismantle these terrorist networks. The organized doxing campaigns, the organized riots, the organized street violence, the organized campaigns of dehumanization, vilification, posting people's addresses, combining that with messaging that's designed to trigger and incite violence, and the actual organized cells that carry out and facilitate the violence. It is a vast domestic terror movement. And with God as my witness, we are going to use every resource we have at the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and throughout this government to identify, disrupt, dismantle, and destroy these networks and make America safe again for the American people. It will happen, and we will do it in Charlie's name.
Let's run through just some of the cases that relate to this issue. Karen Attiah, a columnist at the Washington Post, fired for posts criticising the morning rituals around Kirk. Matthew Dowd, an MSNBC analyst, sacked after suggesting Kirk's rhetoric created a climate for violence. Then there was Lisa Smith, a NASDAQ executive, removed after a social media post about the shooting. Carolina Panthers staffer Shirley Rock, she's gone. Professor at Cumberland University, an assistant dean in Tennessee, a teacher in Texas, all dismissed over posts or comments made in relation to the Charlie Kirk assassination. And that's not all. Radio producers, airline staff, even a judge on Joe Burrow's foundation board, they've all been forced out. Listen, folks, this isn't a trickle. It's actually a flood. And we need to be mindful of the impact that it will have on the way people object or verbalise their objections in the future. And then there are those benched but not yet fired. A FEMA data analyst put on leave after conservative activists flagged his Instagram post. A Secret Service employee suspended over comments about mourning Kirk. Teachers in Florida, they're all under investigation based on what they have supposedly said. Airline staff stood down. The list is long, and the list is growing. So really we need to be asking ourselves, what does this tell us? So what does this wave of sacking then actually mean? First, it proves cancel culture is not just a left-wing phenomenon. The right has its own version, and is just as ruthless. The playbook is familiar. Screenshots go viral, outrage builds, employers panic. Consequence of all of that is jobs lost. The rules of cancellation differ. On the left, people are often targeted for racism, sexism, or harassment. On the right, it's about loyalty to a figure, namely Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. And any perceived disrespect can be a firing offence. And thirdly, the hypocrisy is glaring. The same commentators who shout free speech are often the loudest voices demanding people be fired for criticising their heroes. Free speech, it seems, only applies when they like what you say. And here's the kicker, the chilling effect. When people see journalists, teachers and public servants losing jobs for even nuanced criticisms. They self-censor. They keep quiet. That's not free speech. That's intimidation dressed up as morality. So what can we learn? So next time someone on the right complains about cancel culture, remember this moment. Because the right's cancel machine is alive and well, and it's silencing voices, not in the name of justice, but in the name of loyalty. And if facts matter, then we need to call this what it is: hypocrisy. I repeat, hypocrisy, plain and simple. Thanks for watching the Tony Tompkins Show. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because you matter and facts matter.